Last week, we had a patient that came in and she had tingling going down her arms, headaches. She's also had lower back surgery. She had failed back surgery syndrome, which is someone who went for back surgery and it came out either the same or significantly worse. In her case, there were 2 spots in her lower back, L2 to L4, we just could not work on because L2 and L3 is fused and L3 and L4 is also fused. But we are able to help her with her neck. We took x-rays on her. After about 3 weeks, she was able to actually go walking with her son, which she hasn't been able to do for a long time. Hiking and walking with her son, communicating with him was so important in her life. But she looked at me and said, Dr. Tam, I wish I could seek you guys out sooner. Now, the rate is about 50-50. Some show 60-40 the other way, but roughly the average is 50-50. What does that mean? 50% of people that come out of back surgery feel better, and 50% feel either the same or worse. There was a medical group in Northern California that came out with an article years ago, and they said this is how they label success. If 18 months after the back surgery, you have the same amount of pain, which means it didn't increase, but it also didn't improve, or slightly less pain, they consider that the 50% success. And that's what they'll say success rate. Now you have to know and ask your doctor, how do you define success? Does success mean that you have the same pain, that you have slightly less pain? Are you able to walk and run again? What does success look like? I urge patients to talk with their doctors before any back surgery and ask, what does success look like in my life? And if it doesn't work the same way that you think success should look like, in your case, seek out a second opinion or try something more conservative. For bulging discs, you have spinal decompression, shockwave therapy, laser therapy, regenerative therapies that could work a lot better, including chiropractic therapy, than going right under the knife and doing back surgery. You have to understand, if you talk to a back surgeon, they're going to promote back surgery. That's what they do. Try conservative ways first. I have friends who are doctors, and if they were in the same situation with the bulging disc, herniated disc, they would do everything that they can conservatively before actually going under the knife, putting brackets and screws in your back. What we see is people who have screws in their back, why is it that the joint above will start wearing out? For example, between L2 and L3, if those are fused, the disc between L1 and L2, the disc between L3 and L4 is going to wear out a lot faster. People ask me, why is that? Think of your car, the spring of your car. Instead of having 5 springs working, you only have 4 now. Above and below where it's locked in is going to start wearing out a lot faster because instead of having all 5 discs absorbing the shock, you only have 4 now. And the one right above and below is going to wear out the quickest. That's why a good number of people who have one back surgery will end up having multiple back surgeries because you're locking things up more and more. So these problems usually come out even more frequent as time goes on because you're locking up the body more and more. Before you even think about back surgery or get a back surgery consult, look at all the other conservative treatments. We can find someone who is in your area. I also do online consultations. For patients not in our area, you get a 15-minute consult where you'll send over all your patient information, intake information, x-rays if needed, and I can ask you questions, figure out the best way to go about your problem. If you're not in our area, for $297, I will do a 30-minute consultation where you will leave with steps on what you should be able to do and coach you through your health. I would suggest that you send over any x-rays, any MRIs that you have on your spine, any imaging reports that you have as well, your intake, your history, and problems that you might have occurred in terms of injuries or accidents over your lifetime. I'll be able to walk you through what you should do in those 30 minutes to help you prevent back surgery, if that is possible, to coach you through it if you're not in the state of California or Nevada. All right? If you want to get a consultation with me, click the link below. If you want to schedule an appointment with our office in California, click the link below as well. Let's figure this out together.